we are going to be talking about economics. And so this is basically going to be an introduction to economics lesson for tomorrow. So we're going to go over a lot of vocabulary today. So in your groups, I'm going to ask that y'all discuss what economics is. So I want you all to come up with 4 words in your group that will describe what economics means to y'all. Okay?
I don't know. It's like people spending money on stuff, like how people get what they want. Because like not just money, but like in traditional economies and stuff, people trade like cattle or whatever.
Oh yeah, and
I kind of forgot from last year.
Mine was like she was nice or she was funny.
Bennett. No, I tried to draw
Chick-fil-A?
I just
Chick-fil-A? You don't like Chick-fil-A?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, he hates Chick-fil-A.
Okay, class. Okay, young people, what do we talk about right here in this area? Okay, I like that. Anyone else?
Yeah, like we have their definition as well.
So what was it?
I like how people meet their wants and needs.
Okay.
I thought you said describe it in 4 words.
Yeah,
So what were your 4 words?
My 4 words were selling, buying, occupation, and profit.
Okay.
Trade, wealth, supply and demand.
Those are good words.
Wants, needs, supply, and demand.
Anyone else?
Consumers, producers, and supply and demand.
Consumers, producers, supply, and demand. You have something else you want to share?
Traditional economy, command economy, market economy, and fixed economy.
Okay, thank you. Leading into what we're going to be talking about today. So, when I was in the 12th grade, I took econ, and the economics teacher was the basketball coach. And so she had other things going on. So I really had to do a little bit of research around economics. And so as I was doing my own research, I found that economics is the social science discipline concerned with making decisions about how to allocate limited resources to acquire the unlimited goods and services that people want. So we want things, there's an unlimited amount of wants, but there are a limited amount of resources. And so the fundamental problem in economics is scarcity. Can someone tell me what scarcity is?
Not being able to supply enough things or wants to the people who want it.
Okay.
Not having enough of a resource. I kind of thought like in the desert, water is scarce. Because there's
Meaning?
not that much of it.
Exactly. Yeah. So water can be scarce.
Not having enough natural resources to what's the word? To satisfy the people.
Exactly. And so the idea of scarcity is that human wants are unlimited, but society has a limited amount of resources. And so because of scarcity, there are going to be 3 economic questions that we're going to ask. The first, here are our standards for the day. We're going to be analyzing different economic systems, and we are also going to answer the economic questions of what to produce, how to produce, and for whom to produce for. Okay? And then some essential questions that we're going to be asking, what characteristics make up a command, traditional, and market economy, and how do economic systems answer the questions of what goods and services to produce, how to produce goods and services, and for whom to produce goods and services. Okay? And so we kind of already talked about the 3 economic questions every economy must answer when they are planning. So when you're in the planning stages, if you ever come upon some land, these are some of the questions that you are gonna have to answer before you get things rolling. What goods and services will be produced? How will goods and services be produced? And who will consume these goods and services? Okay, and now is a good time to take a look at your notes. And the way a country answers these questions is gonna determine what type of economic system they have. So we have traditional, command, and market economy. Okay, any questions so far? Cool, let's get started. Up first, we do have a traditional economy. And in this economy, all decisions are based on traditions and beliefs in the past. So if your dad's a shoemaker, you're gonna be a shoemaker. If your dad's a farmer, you're gonna be a farmer. Exactly. And so people in traditional economies make what they always made and do what they've always done. And the exchange of goods is done through bartering, and so bartering is trading without using money. And we do a lot of bartering today. Like, for example, if my cousin needs her child watched, I'll braid her hair in exchange for child services. A little bit of bartering going on there. So if you have something that I want and I have something that you want, we'll switch, and that's a barter. Yes.
Do we write all those points?
Well, these are your notes. So, some like key terms like all economic decisions are based on customs, beliefs, and traditions. Bartering is a good word to add to your notes. Yeah. Does anyone have any questions before we move on? Okay. Oh, oh, oh. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. We'll come back if you have any questions. So, the what, how, and who for a traditional economy. So for what goods and services will be produced, the people will grow and make things that the same way that their ancestors did. So if you guys are planting, I don't know, what will we plant? Pineapples, I don't know. We're growing pineapple trees. My grandmother had pineapple trees. Her mom had pineapple trees, you know? So these types of things are passed down through traditions. And how will the goods be produced? People follow the customs and make only what is needed to take care of themselves. So if you guys have a system of crop rotation or a system of irrigation that have been in place over time, that's exactly what you're gonna do. So you're gonna follow the exact same blueprint to produce the goods that your ancestors did. And so for as far as who will consume the goods and services, self and trading purposes. So I'm making enough goods for my tribe and for myself and for the people in my community.
Teachers and students, please excuse the interruption. All COGAT students who are participating in the makeup exam for the COGAT, please report to room 221 on the 7th grade hall. All students who are doing the makeup, please report to room 221 with your laptops, and we're going to go ahead and take the test. Thank you.
So I like that you brought that up, Sergeant. Because I wouldn't say that 7 ebooks are contributing to a traditional economy, but as we move on through the PowerPoint, you let me know which one you think it would be, okay? Okay, we'll see. Okay, oh, did anyone still need this?
Yes.
Okay, go for it. And so I would also like to add traditional economies are mostly located in rural places, rural tribes, people who are living off of the land often do traditional economies.
I can't
on. To a command economy. And in a command economy, all economic decisions are made by the government. Hence, command. They are the boss. The government is who we're going to be listening to. So, in a command economy, the government owns most of the property. They set the prices of the goods, determine the wages of the workers, and plan what will be made. So they are in charge of everything in a command economy. A former command economy is the Soviet Union. You know how that went. And so this hasn't been super successful, and a lot of countries are using different economic systems to support themselves. So say we do live in a command economy, and one day, as the governess, I decide that we need a new train system, and all of the people in this economy are now gonna learn how to make trains, and every day we're gonna go to work and build a railroad system, because that's what I think is gonna benefit our country. Nevertheless, people need new shoes, or we need a new flock of cows, or we need, other things other than a train system. If the government says this is what we're doing, Cole, you're gonna wake up and you're gonna go to our job at the railroad track, because it's law.
Okay, so in command economies, I know it says there are no pure command economies, so would that mean like even though they all get the same wages and stuff, they might like still trade their items and things?
Well, you are kind of getting into the idea of a mixed economy, which is in another lesson, but yeah. So ideally there's no pure command economy. Like there's no one economy where there's like, you guys have to do this way. There's other systems in place, but that's for another good day. Any more questions?
Well, out of the three, not counting mixed economy, is traditional economy the most common, then like full traditional, then more common than full command and full market?
I would say that the most common type of economy would be a mixed economy. But that's because a lot of traditional economies are people who like live off the land. So we live in a very modern time. So a lot of people aren't purely surviving off of their resources that grow out of the ground. You have a question?
No.
Okay. Does anyone else have a question? Okay. So when we answer the what, how, and who of a command economy, what goods and services will be produced, the government will decide. And how will the goods and services be produced? The government will decide. They'll decide where we're gonna get the resources from, how we're gonna put the assembly together. They have their hand in everything as far as any command economy goes. And who will consume the goods and services? Whoever the government decides to give them. And so, there are a lack of incentives when it comes to a command economy. And when I mean that, I would say me and Cole are working at the train tracks, and I come in every day and I'm eating donuts and just hanging out, and Cole is plowing away at our train tracks. We're getting paid the same amount of money.
Isn't that even communism?
Thank you. Any other questions? And lastly, we're going to talk about a market economy. You all know a lot about market economies. Economic decisions are made based on the changes and prices in the marketplace. So one day I went to sleep and there was no such thing as a fidget spinner. And then I wake up and they're everywhere as a direct response to the market. They realize that people want fidget spinners. They want the fidget spinners with different colors. They want the fidget spinners that make noise. They want the fidget spinners that play music. They were adapting. The fidget spinners that with the Bluetooth connection? Yeah.
That's like a
That's
thing.
a thing?
Yeah, that's a thing. What? You gotta stay up with the times. Come on. Okay. So the government in a market economy has no control over what's going on. So say I decide that I want to open up a lemonade stand tomorrow. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take my good coins and I'm gonna buy some good lemons and some good sugar, and I am gonna and maybe some water. I need some water. And I'm gonna open up a lemonade stand. There's no regulations. There's no restrictions. I can sell to whoever can buy from me. Hopefully you all do to support my lemonade stand. And that would be up to you, the consumer, right? And if you all don't come to my lemonade stand, guess what? I'm out of business as a response to the market. And so in a truly free market economy, like I said, the government is not involved at all. And there would be no laws to make sure goods and services were safe. So if I'm selling you this lemonade, who's to say these lemons are ripe or spoiled even? Nobody, because I have control over my business.
And it says, there will be no laws to protect workers from unfair bosses.
So you work at my lemonade stand, and you come in every day from 7 to 7, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. And your job is to peel the lemons all day. You don't get to sit down. You don't get any breaks. And I'll give you $7 an hour. Okay?
Their contracts, right? Are there contracts that they have to sign?
Well, it depends. If that's how I want to run my business.
But you don't have to work.
No, you don't. As a response to the market. Obviously, I would be a pretty cool boss, but just saying. So yeah. And that's why a lot of people form unions and stuff. To kind of give them some power when they're dealing with major companies. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, I know the U.S. is like a mixed economy, but it used to be like, very much be a market economy, right? Like in the Industrial Revolution, because all the people had to work long hours in the factories and stuff.
Yeah, I would say it was still a market economy because they started the Industrial Revolution to basically keep up with the times. You know what I'm saying? Like get the railroads out, get the factories going. They were doing that to kind of keep everything moving.
Yeah.
To get out of the Great Depression.
What'd you say?
Wasn't it to get out of the Great?
The Industrial Revolution was before the Great Depression.
Oh.
So it's something to think about, you know?
It was in the 1840s.
Close. Close. It was close to the 1840s. It was around like the turn of the century, 19. Okay, any more questions? Cool. And so when we talk about the market, what, how, and who, what goods and services will be produced? Whatever the market demands. So whatever the people want, the people get. And how will the goods or services be produced? By private producers, businesses. So I'll decide how to make my lemonade. And then who will consume the goods and services? Consumers who demand the product and are willing to pay. So whoever wants it. And if there's a competing lemonade brand who has different this and different that, lower prices and different ingredients, then people will buy that lemonade. But it's what the consumers demand in a market economy. And as far as market economies go, the motivating factor in a market economy is profit. What is a profit?
The money you make after taking off the money you used to make the product.
Right. Exactly. So I paid $10 for my lemons and sugar, and I would hope to get at least $11 back because then I have made $1 profit. Does anyone have any more questions?
Is there like a country that's like the closest to market?
The U.S. and Canada.
The U.S. and Canada.
I was gonna say the United States. I don't know for sure like what is, because there isn't like a pure, just strictly market
I
economy.
think in
It's
something
said
we
in our
read it
books.
said like, yeah, like in the book it said the United States and Canada.
So it's, I would say the U.S. because we have a lot of influence in the market, especially with social media, and a lot of disposable incomes. Just can kind of help us decide like today this is cool, tomorrow this is not. You know what I'm trying to
But
say?
the government has power in that, right? Because like minimum
Well,
wage.
we're a mixed economy.
Mixed economy is for another day. We're gonna do an activity though. Are we ready? Okay. So I am going to read off a list of different scenarios that kind of highlight different economic systems, okay? And you all are going to stand up, not right now, and you guys are going to basically, okay, so let me start. On this side of the wall, we have market economies. On this side of the wall, we have command economies. And on this side of the wall, we have traditional economies. So I'm gonna read off the scenario, and you all are gonna stand up and move to the side of the room where you think this scenario applies, where this economy is being represented, okay? You got it? Okay, so first up, I taught your brother in class 2 years ago, right? And he never did anything in class, and he got an F. And so you get an F too.
I was here for yeah, because they said right next to me.
Okay, Reese, why do you choose command?
Because it's like communism, like Cole is working hard and he gets paid the same amount as you.
Okay, who would like to explain why they chose traditional?
Because since you taught my brother 2 years ago and he got an F, if it's according to what he got, then I would get an F too.
Yeah, so for this scenario, it would be a traditional economy because you are doing what your ancestors or brother have done in the past, correct?
So you're kind of comparing school to economy?
Well, okay, next one, are we ready?
Yes. Minute, you have it. The next one.
Okay, so for this one, your grade is what you want. Oh wait, always. Your grade is what you want. The more you work, the better it will be. Bobby, you did. So why did we choose market economy?
Because you said that if you work harder, then you'll get a better grade. Because in a marketing economy, how much money you make is dependent on like how much you work.
Okay, good. Okay, so for the next one, only 10% of you all are going to get an A in this class, and that's the law. Because I have declared it is a decree.
Air chair. This is a command economy without communism. It's a command economy without communism. Okay. No, but okay. This is a command economy without communism.
Where are y'all? Oh, you guys are over here. Okay. Who can explain why this is command?
Because you're telling us what we're going to get and we don't have a say in it.
Very good.
So it's not communism.
Okay. Okay.
Not everybody gets the same amount.
Okay, let's see.
Traditional, thank you.
Okay, your last name is Jones. Everyone with the last name Jones makes a C, and you're gonna get a C too, if your last name is Jones.
I feel like you like Oh my gosh, I just realized that Zachariah and Cole have the same last name.
I think Ellis
I knew they had Jones, but I never connected.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah, I love that you guys are lawyers. You know,
I feel like we're wrong though, and I feel like that's
why? Why did you choose command?
I chose command because it's like that's the law. Like 10% of like not 10%, but like everybody's last name Jones is gonna get like a C, right?
Okay.
I
What do you have to say?
I mean, I would. You have someone who would think it was traditional, but like, people's last names can be Jones, but they cannot be related.
Okay.
And so it's like it's not like you're based on what your past family members did or anything. It's just that your last name is Jones. Big
So I think you're implying here that you're related.
Yeah, because
Yeah, because
But like
just because Zakai's
Hold on. Go.
just because Zakai's last name is Jones, Nicole's last name is Jones,
Doesn't mean they're
related.
Are you all related?
Wait, what?
I don't think so.
Bruh.
Okay, go ahead, Viv.
They're still sorry.
Yes, they can make them
So
over
I
here.
said, but they're
No, you
No.
No, because
in our notes, we said they could be based on your ancestors, your customs, or your beliefs. So this could be a custom in our society that all people with the last name Jones could see.
Okay.
Did you just say
It depends.
or the government
It
can
depends if they
be
just mean like.
Hold on.
It depends if you mean like.
Hold on. Give me 2 seconds.
It depends if you mean like the actual family's history, like if like you're in this family, your last name is Jones. Well, it's different if you just mean like if you like every single person like was Jones.
Go ahead. You have something to say?
Okay, I was gonna say
So
that.
I'm a mix.
I mean, that, like, I guess that's the point. Like, it could be related with your ancestors, or it's like a custom. But the teacher is the teacher said that if your last name is Jones, you're getting a C. Like the teacher is commanding that's what's gonna happen.
It could also be like what Vivian said, a belief, like that everybody with the last name Jones will always succeed, but like the people in charge don't want them to succeed, so then they say the person with the last name Jones is horrible.
That's theory.
Bobby.
It's not like it's not like it's not a belief because it's order.
I'm gonna tell you what my good paper says. It's traditional.
Yeah!
Jada.
You guessed it.